Good evening, everyone. Is everybody hearing me? I suppose, yes. Okay, so this evening's session is going to be hosted by Miss Lerielle Cole from CaribbeanJobs.com. And Miss Cole is our presenter for tonight. She's a seasoned marketing professional and certified event planner with over 11 years of international experience in the Bahamas, Canada, and now the English-speaking Caribbean. She's well equipped with a plethora of skills in marketing, events, brand development, digital advertising, and retail management. Together with her strong communication skills, jovial personality, and attention to detail, she continues to drive strong results and lead brands to success. So I now welcome Ms. Cole to do her presentation this afternoon.
Thank you so much for that warm welcome. A special good evening, everyone. Can you guys hear me? I am assuming that's yes. So if you can, just send a quick message in our chat box, and then I will adjust my volume to suit. So thank you so much again for having me, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong, Trinicia mentioned, I am from CaribbeanJobs.com. I am the regional marketing manager for CaribbeanJobs.com. I trust that many of you would have heard of the brand already, but just for your viewing pleasure and for your convenience, I'm gonna just give a brief synopsis of Caribbean Jobs, what we're about, what we do, and then get into the bulk of my presentation. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is just share my screen. So I trust that you guys will be able to see. All right. So share. Resume slideshow. Okay. So again, let me know if you guys can see everything. And once you can, I will get started. All right, great. So, so tonight I'm gonna have a discussion on the brand Caribbean Jobs, because obviously the title here is to meet the brand. But as well, I'm gonna talk to you guys a bit about some trends that we are seeing in recruitment, as well as some trends that we are seeing in recruitment, as well as how the back end of our website works. So I'm assuming that I'm chatting with HR professionals as well as job seekers. So what I will try to do during the course of the presentation is related to both audiences. All right, so I'm gonna jump right in. All right, so just a little bit about CaribbeanJobs.com for those of you guys that have not heard about us, and for those of you that have, here's a little refresher. So we are the #1 recruitment website in the Caribbean. We do business in the English-speaking Caribbean. So we have a proven track record of reaching the highest caliber of candidates easily and cost-effectively. We are used by more than 2,000 companies of all industries and sizes across our main markets, our 19 markets in the English-speaking Caribbean, but we also do the US, Canada, and internationally as well. So our website is visited by over 9 million times per year. So just think of that volume for a second, with over 1.6 million total job applications that we've really gotten in the last 12 months. So our statistics are backed by Google Analytics, as well as our internal reporting on the back end of our website. And we have a 90% renewal rate. So that means for persons that are advertising with us, they normally come back to advertise their roles again. So as I would have mentioned before, we are #1 across all categories and competitors within the Caribbean space. And we've been doing business for this October will actually be 15 years. All right, so in terms of what we offer a number of things to clients that come on board. starting with a quality product with site traffic that represents over 9 million visits yearly. That tells you the magnitude of people that are really logging onto our site and engaging with our product. We offer premium candidates. So many of you on this webinar tonight may actually be job seekers and you are a part of our database. So collectively, we have over 600,000 highly skilled, highly qualified job seekers within our database. We have regional reach as well, because as I would have mentioned in the previous slide, our website spans throughout the English-speaking Caribbean and by extension, the diaspora. And then we offer stellar customer service. So once you are a client with CaribbeanJobs.com, you're going to have a dedicated account manager that really looks at your needs and designs a custom package that benefits your recruitment needs. All right, so what we try to promise, and I say try because, you know, sometimes we try to go at 100% and, you know, depending on what you're looking for, you may or may not find it. But what we try to do is offer you quality results. Our strength is really within the reach that we have. As I would have mentioned before, we have 9 million people visiting our sites every year. And so our strength is really the capacity to drive results and deliver our job applications to those 9 million persons visiting the sites, as well as offer quality candidates and quality employers, bridging that gap, bringing both of them together on our website. All right, so I just thought that it would be really cool to include this slide just to meet our candidates. And what that is just shows you a breakdown of our numbers in terms of our job seeker database. So as of the end of May, we would have had over 636,000 total job seekers, and that increases on a monthly basis. Where are they from? So 40% of you guys reside in Trinidad, for another 40% in Jamaica. So the bulk of our audience is from Trinidad and Jamaica, but we also have audiences from Barbados, throughout the English-speaking Caribbean. So that will account for that 10% of other Caribbean, and then a 5% from the international audience. So that's as far as Dubai, that's across the US, Canada, etc. In terms of where our job seekers are engaging with our websites, so the majority of you guys are on your mobile devices, and that is really a testament to where the globe is going now. Everyone is mobile, everyone is on their phones, everyone is connected. So the majority of you guys interact with our brand and our website via mobile devices. Another 33% via your desktop, so your laptops and your computers, and then another 8% via our native app, which is free to download on Android and iOS. All right, so what I want to do for the next few slides is really take you guys through how recruitment is changing. We know that we are in the midst of a pandemic. Some of us in some countries are now moving away from it. Some of us are still in the thick of things. But what we have seen over the course of the last few months are quite a few interesting changes in the world of recruitment. So here are a few things that we've noticed. So as we know, brands are moving online. So if you haven't before, you are almost forced to move online now, particularly since the pandemic has hit the Caribbean. In terms of our new norm, we see virtual teams and meetings and interviews and even events, because I mean, look, we're technically at an event right now, it's a webinar, but all of that is now online, and that has become a new norm for us. More people are searching and applying for roles online. So now more than ever, you know, with you unable to physically go into a company to drop off your application, you're actually going to be online and applying as a job seeker online more. And we know that because of social distancing, the way that we work, the way that we live, the way that we do business, it has really changed fundamentally. And most of that has now changed to go online. So as I would have said to you before, we're seeing some trends that are coming out. So traditional jobs, we are seeing traditional roles, they are forced to evolve because of the pandemic, and they are changing in a really interesting way. As well as new roles are becoming more popular, because the reality is the need for healthcare workers and the need for IT professionals, as we will see in the next slide or two, those roles are now becoming quite popular in the job space. And one of the things I really wanted to highlight to you guys as HR professionals is your ability to recruit people, whether that's locally, regionally, or even globally, is so much more easy now because of this new virtual reality that we are now all privy to. All right, so let's take a look now at some of the top industries that are now hiring. So this data was provided. We are part of a larger group. Our parent company is Seon Group. Our head office is in Dublin, Ireland. And this is a piece of work that they would have done across a global scale. So this is not just happening here in the Caribbean, but it's also happening on a global scale. So some of the top industries that we have seen now booming in terms of hiring over the course of the last few months are IT, which makes sense because everyone is online. Finance, because we would have had to look at the bottom line, cut costs or increase costs and other factors. Pharmacies and pharmaceuticals. So naturally, with a medical pandemic, you will have a boom in that industry. Teleworking software. So again, that is shifting a very traditional call center role to now doing it through your phones and via the internet. Groceries, so naturally those would have been considered essential services. So the boom in groceries, we would have seen that. And then by extension, delivery companies, because now that you were unable to physically go into a store, you would order online and have your items delivered straight to your doorstep. Cleaning and janitorial companies, I think that one is pretty much evident in where we're at now. And then educational institutions, believe it or not. So although schools may have shut down, the need for that industry to continue just shifted, but it's still very much relevant. All right, so now what I'd like to do is to take you guys through some of the top roles that are in demand. So in the previous slide, we would have looked at top industries as a whole, but now let's dig a little bit deeper and see some of the roles that we are seeing that are popular for the last few months. So sales, believe it or not, particularly in the retail space, sales is a critical element now in terms of a role that's seeking persons to join their team simply because you want to get your product out there, whether it's a product or service. So the need for salespeople are actually increasing. Web developers, naturally, as I would have mentioned, everything is online now. Everyone has been forced in some way, shape, or form to I guess, in a sense, mobilize their product or service. So you'll find that the need for web developers so that persons can develop their websites and their platforms would have increased over the last few months. Cybersecurity. So we talk a lot about going online, but what we have to think through as well is data security. We want to ensure that the information that we are putting out there, many times very sensitive information, is actually secure. So the need for cybersecurity specialists definitely exists and has seen a boom. Project management, believe it or not, something as simple as organizing to go back to the office. That is a project that needs to be managed, things that are needed to be put in place. So we're seeing a big boom in project management as well. Naturally, health and safety officers, that goes in tandem with us going through a health pandemic. So naturally, you're going to have persons in the health and safety departments being needed. Online marketers and content creators. And again, if your brand is online, what messaging are you trying to convey? What is your brand voice? What is your brand image? So you're going to need people now to be able to convey your brick and mortar store, your brick and mortar brand to the online space. Education specialists, again, so that was a traditional role, but now we're seeing it shifting a little bit because now we're having classes online. Admin assistants, so again, a very traditional, typical role we would say, but now that's being shifted to the online space. And then counselors and consultants in lieu of mental health being such a gray area that we never really thought of before. And now having gone through the last few months of this pandemic, we see the need for counselors. All right, so what I want to do right now, so now that we've seen some of the trends over the last few months, and we've seen a lot of the changes in industries as well as roles, I want to take you through how you can adapt to this change. So whether you are a job seeker or more particularly a recruiter or an employer looking to now hire persons on your team, you're going to have to adapt to this rapid change that we're seeing. So there are two main ways to adapt, and evolve from this pandemic. And those are going to be to shift your recruitment online and then use data to drive decisions. So again, I'm putting this, I had put this presentation together for employers, but what I'll try to do is apply it to a job seeker as well, because in one way, shape, or form, at some point in our careers, we will all be job seekers. So the bulk of it is going to be tailored towards an employer if you are looking to hire, but I'll also, like I said, try to make it applicable to that of the job seeker. All right. So we know that we need to use data to drive decisions. So what our system allows you to do is to recruit the best quality candidate using what we call our recruitment management system. So we abbreviate that to say RMS. And what RMS allows you to do is really take control of your recruitment process. It's totally online. So again, the need for having a physical something has been eliminated, and it just allows you to have data at your fingertips at any moment of the day. So when you go into RMS, the back end of the website, it provides you with back-end access 24/7, and every job that you have to post is tracked and recorded in our recruitment management system. So it provides you with accurate real-time data that you can actually see how your job is performing, who is seeing it, who's applying to it, and who's clicking on it. And what that allows you to do is in real time, make any changes. It gives you the flexibility to make any changes that you would need to your job. So let's say you would have posted a job as an employer and you're getting a lot of views, say 600 views as the image has here, but you're only getting 100 applications. So that instantly tells you that people are looking at your job, they're interested, but maybe they're not moved to apply. So maybe then as an employer, what that does is help you to, we provide context for you. So maybe what that says is, okay, people are interested because they're opening my job, they're looking at it, but maybe they're not applying because of my title. Maybe my title is misleading, or maybe what I'm asking for may be too much for the level of job that I'm actually advertising. So it really just allows you to be much more effective and efficient in your advertising. Ultimately, the goal here is to get the best possible candidate coming out of your recruitment process. So RMS really does allow you to do that. Another thing that RMS does as a recruiter, it makes your job easier through what we have introduced as advanced screening questions. And this side is going to be applicable whether you are an employer as well as a job seeker. So from an employer perspective, the RMS allows you to implement these, what we call screener questions. And this helps to dive a little bit deeper into the applicant's process. So this gives you a little bit more information about who is applying for your job. So let's say you have a job that you require someone with 5 years experience, you require them to have a particular certification, you require them to have some level of on-the-job training. What these screening questions allow you to do is ask those questions, and you get multiple choice answers. And then you can weight each of those answers. So in that way, if you know that you want 5 years minimum, you can add 5 years and you can attribute 5 points to that answer. So that if any job seeker answers, yes, they have 5 years, instantly you give them 5 points. On the flip side, if they don't have 5 years and you say 0, so 0 years of experience or less than 5 years, you can give them 2 points or 1 point. And what that does again is it starts to help you with your screening process. So from an employer perspective, it really gets you down and very specific to what you are looking for in terms of your ideal candidate. From a job seeker perspective, if you are actually applying for a job on the front end of CaribbeanJobs.com, you open up a job to apply and you see these screener questions. What this allows you to do is then bump up your score, because if you know, listen, I'm reading through the job description, I match all of these, we encourage you to answer the questions. And in that way, it actually, as you will see in another slide, it actually increases your chances of being seen by that employer. So these screener questions are quite important from both the employer perspective as well as the job seeker. All right, so then once you have now gone through your screener questions, the system then allows you as an employer to filter based on the highest and lowest score achieved. So as I would have mentioned in the previous slide, if you have 5 points and you know that for every question you want someone that attains all of the questions correct and they get 100%, you can actually in the back end of our RMS filter everyone that got 100% on your job application. So that as an employer allows you to instantly start to tag or start to filter only the applications that you are really interested in. From a job seeker perspective, again, let's flip it on the other side. this allows you to increase your chances of being seen by that employer. And that is why we encourage you to read through the job descriptions properly, answer all of the questions, and don't just answer them generally. If they're asking for something specific, you'd want to ensure that you give as much information as required so that you can increase your chances and you can get that 100%. And then ultimately, when the employer goes in the back end and starts to filter through the highest scored candidates, you will appear top of the list. So RMS allows you as an employer to do that. And then as a job seeker, it allows you to really be at the top of the pile. All right, so RMS also allows you to proactively hand select candidates via our CV database. So I would have mentioned we have over 600,000 job seekers in our database. And our system allows job seekers to upload more than one CV at one time. So we would have had now over 750,000 CVs on site, right? So as an employer, what you can do is actually go into the back end of our database and hand select candidates. So it works as a Google style search. So let's say you're looking for someone who resides in Trinidad that has accountancy experience. All you simply have to do in this search window is type in Trinidad, accountancy, and you click search, and anyone that matches that will come up in your search results. So it works like a Google search. So again, this allows you the flexibility as an employer to handpick talent quicker, faster, and more efficiently. And it also helps you to target people and handpick people that are highly targeted to you. On the flip side, from the job seeker's perspective, this is why it's important to update your profile on CaribbeanJobs.com. And one of the things that we always encourage people to do when you're signing up an account is update your account to 100% if you can, and you have your current resume, so that at any given point, if an employer decides to go into our database and cherry pick the best out of the options that are available, your name is going to come up. Because what happens if you don't update your profile, or if you leave it just kind of lingering and you're not an active user, you're probably not going to show up in the search results. And if you do, much like a Google search, we know that past page one, if it's past page one on Google, it doesn't exist. So it kind of works in the exact same way with our CV database. You want to ensure that you come up at the top of the search results. So ensure that your profile is always updated to increase your chances of being cherry picked by your top employer. All right, so another thing that our website allows you to do is we ensure that jobs are matched with the right candidates. And I'm going to show you how this works. So we have a piece of technology that's called Instant Job Match. And what this does is really looks at the job seeker behavior. So if you are a job seeker and you go onto our website and you search for a job, or you apply for a particular type of job, the algorithms from the back end of our website then reads your activity, and then starts to feed you jobs that match your search activity, or that match jobs that are similar to what you would have previously applied to. So much like when we go on Facebook or we go on Amazon, and Amazon has recommended products for you, and you're shopping in Amazon and you see down at the bottom similar products, or persons who bought this also bought this. Think of it in that way, but except now it's from a job perspective. So from a job seeker's perspective, we feed you jobs that match not only your criteria that's listed on your profile, but we also feed you jobs based on your search patterns. And what that helps to do is really try to tailor the experience that you have on Caribbean Jobs to feed you jobs that you are interested in and that you are qualified for. From an employer's perspective, this instant job matching then tells you that we are feeding your jobs to the right candidates. We're not just plastering your job throughout the website and then anyone is going to apply. We tailor it based on location, based on search patterns, based on the criteria that you have involved. So it's really a quality, a very tailored site that assists both employers and job seekers. And what we endeavor to do at CaribbeanJobs.com is match high quality candidates with top employers in the market. And when you have that match, you find your fit, which is our tagline, funny enough, find your fit. And all of this is what we do to incorporate into the back end of our website to ensure that you have a great user experience as a job seeker, but as an employer, you have those quality top candidates that you're coming to us for. All right, so just very quickly, I want to go through some of the benefits of RMS for those of you guys that are HR practitioners and ultimately employers, so that you can really understand the benefits of signing up with CaribbeanJobs.com. So we have 24/7 backend access. And what that means is you're gonna have a unique login that is unique to you. No one else is gonna have it. And because it is an online platform, you can access the backend of RMS at any point of the day for any amount of time that you wish. So if you're a night owl and you wanna, you're up at 2 a.m., that's your most productive, and you wanna post a job or you wanna see how a job is performing, you can log into the backend of RMS at 2 a.m. and do exactly what you need to do. Or if you are a morning bird like me, and you're up at 5 a.m. and you wanna, you're anxious to see how your job is doing or look at the applications that you're getting, you're gonna get that 24/7 backend access. We're giving you as well unlimited number of users. So what that means, and this is particularly useful if you have a number of departments using the recruitment management system, because we don't limit the amount of users that you can have on your account. So you're gonna have your main user, which is who is gonna sign up the account with you, but then you can have a number of different users as well across your different departments. And that really helps with the recruitment process of big conglomerates as well. Job performance tracking using job statistics. So we are all about data. We are all about tracking our success. And so our website features job statistics such as job views, applications, your click-through rates. We really give you a very bird's eye view of everything that's happening with your job. And the reason that we do this is because we want you to be efficient at what you're doing, which is recruitment. So we provide you with very detailed job statistics that you can have access to for each and every single job that you post with us. We have filter questions, which I would have gone through in the earlier slide. The RMS allows you to have real-time edits, and they go live instantly. And that is such a great feature, because what that does, if you are reading through your job description and you realize, oh my gosh, I made a typo, you can go into your backend with your 24/7 access and make that change, and it appears on the front end real time. Similarly, let's say you have a change to make that you want to make to a particular section of your job description. Maybe you want to add in something, or maybe you want to take something out. You can do that, and it does not impact how many people are seeing your job or the effectiveness of job seekers to apply for your job. So that's a great feature. Candidate scoring system. So as we would have seen, you can rank your candidates based on percentages using your filter questions. Rotational job posting. So what that allows you to do, for one job advertising slot, you can actually advertise multiple jobs at one time. And that is such a great tool, because let's say you have a contract for 1 year with CaribbeanJobs.com, you can actually advertise, whether you want to advertise one job per month or one job per week, you can. So essentially for one job slot, you can advertise, say 10 or 12 or 15 jobs throughout the course of the year. The sort, filter, and reply all features, and that is a great feature, because many times when you have bulk applications, so let's say it's a high performing job with 300 applications, you want to be able to sort through and filter those applicants based on your recruitment standards, but you also want the flexibility to reply to the candidates. Many times, and in my seats, I hear a lot of job seekers will say, well, that person never replied to me. I applied for a job and I never heard back. But what our system allows you to do is hit a reply all. So thank you for applying to such and such job. We'll get back to you, when we've made our decision. So that's a great feature of the RMS as well. Bulk downloads, which is also useful, because if you have a job with 300 applications, instead of having to go through them one by one, you can actually bulk download all of your resumes. And unlimited characters per ad. So traditionally, when you go to a newspaper, you are limited by the size of your ad and how many characters in your ad as well. But the great thing with CaribbeanJobs.com is you can add as many words or images that you want your job at. So that really allows you the flexibility to get very detailed and provide your job seekers with as much information about your job as possible. So those are just some of the few benefits to our RMS system. All right, so just for your convenience as well. And again, this is really tailored towards the employers on the webinar this evening. So the package will include cost-effective advertising. So we really do work with you and your budgets to ensure that we are creating a custom platform and a custom package for you. Our website is desktop and mobile friendly. And what that means is we have our technology allows you, regardless of whichever device that you are on, our website will scale to that device. So if you are on a 55-inch TV, smart TV, looking at the website will fit within that mold. Whereas if you are, on an iPhone, it will also fit to that mold. So it's responsive in that way, where your user experience will not be impacted by the scale of your device. We have a mobile app, as I would have mentioned earlier, and it's free to download. So all job seekers, if you guys are on the call and haven't downloaded it, it works in the same way as I would have mentioned. 57% of our traffic comes from our mobile device because everyone is on their phone. So we have designed an app that's free to download on Android and iOS to assist you in your job search process. Account management, as I would have mentioned, you will be assigned a dedicated account manager that really goes through and holds your hand through the process. The back-end access to recruitment, so our recruitment management system, as I would have mentioned, 24/7 access. And then comprehensive training. So once you sign up, we do have dedicated customer service executives that really hold your hand and train you through the process. So they train you on RMS, train you on how, tips, tools, and tricks to using the system so that you can maximize use of your investment. All right, and just wanted to add that if you need more visibility in terms of, you would have posted your job, but you want a little bit extra something, we do banner advertising as well. And that allows us to really capitalize on the traffic that we get. Remember, I would have said we have 9 million visits per year. So, think of if you have an event coming up, or you have a new product that you're launching, or schools use it, like if they have a particular course that they want to advertise, you can be reaching 9 million people a year by investing in our banner advertising because the site has such high traffic. CV database access, so I would have mentioned it in a previous slide as well. You will be able to go into our database of 600,000 plus job seekers and handpick whichever talent you are looking for. And then social media coverage. So we have been doing quite a lot of activity lately on social media. So we have over 150,000 followers across Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. And this really just puts your brand closer, and it connects your brand closer to those persons that are actively on these platforms. And it really makes a difference when, while we do have high traffic on our websites, still, you want to be able to be on the platforms that are relevant to the discussion today, which is obviously going to be social media. So you will get social media coverage as well. If you have a job that you'd like to give a little bit of boost on our social platforms, or if you have a program that you'd like to help promote, we can do that as well. All right, so just one thing that I want to remember before we move to our Q&A session is that modern recruitment is online and modern recruitment is data-driven. So whether you are an employer and you're looking to recruit talent for your organization, or you are a job seeker and you're looking to, make the move into a new company, just remember that, you're online and you use the data that you have available to make an informed decision. And with that, that is it for me. If you guys would like to contact us in any way, of course, the website again is CaribbeanJobs.com. Follow us on social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Our email address, if you'd like, is info@CaribbeanJobs.com. And depending on where you are throughout the Caribbean, you can reach us by phone. But the easiest thing to do is just shoot us an email or log on to the website or on social media, and we will respond right away. All right. So that is it for me. And I hope that you guys have questions. I love Q&As. So please, anything at all that I can assist with, do let me know. Thank you. Trinicia? Not sure. Okay, what do I need to do? Okay, so I think I need to hand it back over. How do I do that? Unmute. Okay, I'm trying. I'm just looking to see where you, if I can unmute you.
Okay, thank you very much, Lerielle. I think
Most
Janelle has a question. Could you unmic Janelle so she can be able to share the question, please?
Sure.
Okay, good evening,
Hi,
Lerielle.
Janelle.
Hi, I just wanted to thank you for the interesting presentation.
Sure.
My comment is a comment, it's not a question. I think I was probably one of the very first job seekers on Caribbean Jobs. I remember when you guys just launched. And I just want to commend you for the work that you've been doing. And I've watched the company grow over the years. And it really is a good avenue for young persons, especially who are looking for opportunities outside of their home countries that, it brings everything right there on a single platform. And I
Yes.
notice even makes it even more accessible for international persons to access our jobs in the Caribbean. So those regional job seekers, we really have to ensure that our talent is top because there's
Yes.
a lot of competition out there. And I just wanted to commend the brand for the excellent work that you have been doing.
Thank you very much. I'm hearing a Vincy accent. Are you from St. Vincent? She went off. She went back mute. But yes, thank you for that.
Yeah, she's from St. Vincent.
Okay, so I think I would have made you the host again, so you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Danielle. I was about to do the same, give the recommendation because when I thought about Caribbean Jobs, it just speaks about our region and how we're able to make sense or make how can I say make the best of the opportunities within our region compared to other persons who will make the best of these same opportunities internationally. So I must say you have been doing a wonderful job. Keep it up, and I hope we are able to bolster the brand and say, come on guys, let's jump on this and build our Caribbean by securing jobs within the region and get access to different opportunities and different cultures. Because we're from the Caribbean region, each Caribbean country has its own uniqueness that comes with it, and also the jobs that are within these same countries.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I will tell you guys, I am a testament that the site works, and working throughout the Caribbean is an amazing opportunity. I mean, I've worked in the Bahamas, I've worked in Barbados, I'm here now in Trinidad. I was able to, work in Jamaica for a little bit as well. And the opportunities are endless, but the opportunities are there. I want you guys to understand that. And having the profile really exposes you to a regional market. It's not just in your country. It really does allow you the opportunity to explore the possibilities regionally.
Lerielle, as you mentioned that, I'm hoping that you should some way have some testimonials about other persons who would have been able to secure a job in different Caribbean countries from their home countries. I'm going to allow Hyacinth guys to give a question. Go ahead, Hyacinth.
Sure. Hi, Hyacinth. I think you need to be unmuted.
Give me a second, please.
Sure.
Where is it? Okay, here we go.
Hello, are you hearing me?
I can hear you.
Go ahead.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I'll proceed then. Okay, hi, Guy here. Thank you for that really in-depth presentation. So much information that I gained and so much I did not know about Caribbean Jobs and what it offers. So thank you for that. I remember
You're
using
welcome.
Caribbean Jobs many years ago,
Mhm.
and I was a little bit disappointed with what I got because what I got was my staff telling me, well, these are the applications that came from Caribbean Jobs. And I'm saying, but why are you giving me all these applications? And they said, well, this is how it works. You put your job on and people apply, and then you download the applications and you do the screening for yourself. And I said, but that doesn't really help me. But now
Right.
that you've done this presentation, I'm wondering, well, is it that I did not request a particular service? Did I do something wrong? Is it that you did not have those services, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Because it's so much advanced now that you could even do
Yes.
screening and you can do scoring.
Yes.
That is
That's
really
right.
significant.
Yeah,
So tell me a little bit
and
about it.
thanks for that feedback, because it's feedback like that that really helped us to develop this site even further. Because 10 years ago we didn't have filter questions, we didn't have this screening technology that allows you as the employer to have an easier process when using the platform. So it's feedback like that that really has showed us the benefit of investing in the technology, investing in developing the website. And I will tell you that since we launched that screening, the filter questions about, I would say maybe 2.5, 3 years ago, it has made a significant difference in the.
Yes, it will. It will.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
it
Okay,
really has.
that is really where the pain and the grunge work
Yes,
in recruitment. When you
absolutely.
get that done, then you're well on your way. You could design a
Exactly,
proper selection
exactly.
process and so on, but you really need to get that grunge work out of the way.
Yes.
But it is so important because you have to be able to select the key candidates who
That's
are
right.
aligned to your position. So thank you very much. I really appreciate this.
You're most welcome. And just one thing to add to that, Hyson. So it's not just, obviously we would have done the technology from to assist you, the recruiter, but we take it upon ourselves to let the job seekers know how important it is to fill out those questions, because you want to increase your chances, but you also want to make the process much easier. So it's definitely a twofold initiative that we spend a lot of time and invest on.
Thank
you.
you. Noted.
All right. Do we have
any more questions for Lerielle? Okay, are any questions, comments? Okay. I think that would be it for, okay, I'm not seeing anyone having a raised hand or in the chat. Lerielle, we want to thank you very much for making the time out to make this presentation about Caribbean jobs. I really enjoyed the presentation because it now opened my eyes that, I don't have to just be in Jamaica, I can also work in the other Caribbean countries.
Yes.
And stuff like that. So I'm now looking to how I can broaden my scope and broaden my, the horizon. So no, thank you very much for the presentation. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you too. Thank you guys for your attention, and thank you so much for for spending the time with me this evening. I really appreciate it, and I hope to hear from you guys quite soon. We're just an email away.
Yeah, man, you are most welcome, and we anticipate you coming back again to share some more information, some more scope and jobs.
Sure.
So that we can secure different opportunities. Thanks very much to the participants who are here, who listened and participate and ask questions and stuff like that. Really appreciate everyone. Do have a great evening, everyone.